you will be a winner. On this auspicious occasion, it is my great privilege and honor to welcome one and all for this international conference on futuristic technologies and industry 5.0 organized by the Department of Computer Science, Bishop Weber College. You will be a winner. On this auspicious occasion, dear students, as dignitaries are on the way to the dais, you're requested to kindly maintain the silence, discipline, and the decorum of the department throughout the conference.
As the Department of Computer Science is marching towards an extra mile with a smile in the momentous task of molding minds and nurturing the students by providing a holistic quality education. The computer technology has established an application-oriented domain and attracts scientists working in diverse fields of interest in medicine, education, governance, space technology, industry, and entertainment due to the impact it has created in such fields. The computer technologies are unavoidable one in the day-to-day life and it contributes in all the times in the application domain. With this vision, the conference was planned to conduct the ICFTI 2022 at Bishop Heber College in a virtual mode.
The new day comes with new strength and new thoughts. A morning is a wonderful blessing. It stands for hope, gives us another start of what we call life. God's mercy is fresh and new every morning.
Look for the heights, aim at the highest, and you shall reach the highest. The earth is enjoyed by heroes. This is an unfailing truth. Be a hero always and say, I have no fear. Face the brutes, that is lesson for all the life. Face the terrible, face it boldly, and you will be a winner. Words are the rose petals that are sprinkled with the fragrance to invite one and all with warm greetings. Not merely the words, heartfelt feelings, filled with emotions, add flavor to welcome you. But excellence in every field, on every occasion, in every walk of our life is being exemplified for your good self.
As the Department of Computer Science is marching towards an extra mile with a smile in the momentous task of molding minds and nurturing the students by providing an holistic quality education. The computer technology has established as an application oriented domain and attracts scientists working in diverse fields of interest in medicine, education, governance, space technology, industry, and entertainment due to the impact it has created in such fields.
As we all at the threshold of this gathering, it is a time to unfold our horizons and rejoice in the simplest pleasure that life is bestowed with. It is a proud and privilege as we all gathered for the international conference on the Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0, organized by the Department of Computer Science Shift 1, Bishop Iber College. Discover yourself has never been easy. Learning your purpose will almost become queasy. Gleam with your crest of columns on your passion, for that you are destined to shine brighten. With a searching mind, your vision is vast, something inside is waiting to be released at last. Ignite the passion and chase it passionately. There is a high carat diamond within you, waiting to sparkle.
If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward.
Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is a harmony in the house. Where there is a harmony in the house, there is order in the nation. When there is an order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Never stop fighting, until you arrive at your destined place, that is the unique you. Have an aim in life continuously, acquire knowledge, work hard, and have the perseverance to realize the great life. As the Department of Computer Science is marching towards an extra mile with a smile in the momentous task of molding minds, the Temple of Real Knowledge is the name with a mission to nurture each student to make the compassionate and a discerning individual through a holistic quality education. Thank you.
Work hard until lamplight of your study table becomes the spotlight of your stage.
As the dignitaries are on the way to the dais, instructions to students to kindly maintain silence, discipline, and decorum of the Department of Computer Science throughout the conference. At the time of dignitaries arrive, kindly rise up when the dignitaries arrive the dais. A smile that radiates loud to all the people around makes everyone happy. When hearts are free from gloom, no wonder smiles are in full flow. A loving word of hearty welcome from the depth of the heart is the precious of all things. It's a great pleasure and honor in welcoming you all for the International Conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0, organized by the Department of Computer Science, Shift 1, Bishop Weber College. As the Department of Computer Science is marching towards an extra mile with a smile in the momentous task of molding minds and nurturing the students by providing a holistic, quality education. The computer technologies is established as an application oriented domain and that tracks scientists working in diverse fields of interest medicine, education, governance, space technology, industry, and entertainment due to the impact it has created in such field. The computing technologies are unavoidable one in a day-to-day life, and it contributes in all the times to the application domain. With this vision, the conference was planned to conduct the ICFTI 2020 at Bishop Weber College. As the dignitaries are on the way to the dais, request you to kindly maintain the silence, discipline, and decorum of the department, and request you to rise up when the dignitaries arrive the hall. Kindly rise up as the dignitaries arrive the hall. Kindly rise up as the dignitaries arrive the hall. It's a great pleasure in welcoming you all for the International Conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0, organized by the Department of Computer Science, Shift 1, Bishop Iber College. A very pleasant morning to everyone. A smile that radiates love to all the people around makes everyone happy. When hearts are free from gloom, no wonder smiles are in full bloom. My loving word of hearty welcome from the depth of the heart is the precious all things. You're requested to kindly remain standing as the dignitaries arriving to the dais. Kindly raise up as the dignitaries are arriving to the dais. A loving word of hearty welcome from the depth of the heart is the precious of all things. It's a great pleasure in welcoming you all for the International Conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry. As the dignitaries marching majestically to the dais, I feel euphoric in welcoming the esteemed chief guest of the day, Dr. George Genia, our principal, Dr. D. Paul Diabran, sir, the heads of the department, Dr. J.G.R. Sathizilan, sir, Dr. K. Rajkumar, sir, and Dr. James Manoharan, sir, organizing secretaries, all learned professors, and my dear friends. Once again, I take pleasure and privilege to extend a hearty welcome for this international conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0, organized by the Department of Computer Science.
Let's remain standing for the prayer song along with Tamil Thai Valtu. Sing and make music from the heart to the Lord. I invite the choir to render the song of praise.
Thank you, choir, for the soulful singing.
Let us remain standing for the Tamil Thai Valthu.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Once again, thank you, choir, for the soulful singing. Kindly be seated. As far as the breeze, as wondrous as the sea, enchanting to the heart, a warm welcome would be. A man with perfection in all his actions, ever ready walk extra miles to achieve greater dreams for the future of young minds. A person who embraces challenges, believes in continuous effort. Indeed, your work ethics is a true reflection that inspires us to achieve the pinnacle. He is an eminent educationist with vast experiences in the field of education, both abroad and in India, makes his profession unique and innovative. It is none other than our head of the department, Dr. Rajkumar Sir, Dean of International Relations and Head, Department of Computer Science, Shift 1 and Data Science, to offer the words of welcome. Please, sir.
Hello, welcome everybody. I would like to welcome all of you for this international conference on futuristic technologies and industry 5.0. At the outset, I would like to welcome our honorable principal, Dr. D. Paul Dayavaran. So he is a man of long vision, I would say, to bring Bishop Heber to new heights, to the top of all Ivy League institutes, not only within India, but globally. So I would like to welcome on behalf of the organizing secretaries and faculty members and students of Bishop Heber College, a great welcome to our principal. We welcome you, sir. So it's a time to welcome our beloved chief guest of today's conference, Professor Dr. George Guinea. He's a professor of computer science and director of research in the Department of Computer Science, School of Engineering, Design and Physical Sciences, Brunel University, London, UK. So George, we welcome you to our midst. So thank you so much for joining us today this morning to our mini conference, I would say. Dr. George is a well-known speaker, versatile researcher, known globally, I would say, visiting many countries whenever he finds time to fly over and helping many universities and colleges to improve their standards, not only in terms of research, but bringing them together. So he's a man who connects dots and to just make things happen at the larger level. So he's been nodal officer in Brunel University for many British projects and European projects, I would say. And where in UK you have like 20 different universities, they join together and then they have a project called Horizon 2020, where Brunel is one of the nodal partners of this network of excellence, and Dr. George is leading that group. So George's research, so I have no words to say. And the entire internet speaks about his achievements and research things that he has contributed to many universities, including Brunel. He completed his PhD Computer Science from Reading, UK in the year 2020. And his research mostly centered around not necessarily computer science, is a mix of computer science, media, psychology, and information system generally. Is a mix of everything. So that's why he has a lot of international collaborative connections, many in Western universities and as well in India. So today, George is our chief guest for this conference. So George, so once again, thank you very much for your time, efforts, and to bring Bishop Eber globally. Yeah. And it's a time to welcome our dignitaries on the dais. I would like to welcome Dr. J.G.R. Sathishailan sir. He is Dean of Staff and Student Welfare. And Dr. Sobus Miles David. So he's on another personal visit, so he couldn't join us today. He conveyed his greetings to all of us this morning. And he will be back very soon and join the conference later. And I would like to welcome our organization secretaries, Dr. Jiva, Dr. MP Anuradha, and all the faculty members of the Department of Computer Science, Shift 1, and other faculty members. And James is here. Welcome you, James. And we welcome faculty members from Shift 2, all other faculty members from other departments. I would like to welcome all authors. I have known that we have many papers from other colleges who are presenting virtually. We welcome all the authors from other colleges and all the authors within Bishop Eber College and the beloved students of BSc Computer Science and MSc Computer Science Shift 1 studying students. It's a great time to all of us. I hope this conference will be a milestone after a big pandemic of 2 years. And really, we were looking forward to just seeing each other because just connecting virtually is disturbing, not only for classes, lectures, but also for conducting lovely events like conferences these days. And really, I would like to thank our principal for giving permission whenever we seek on different aspects. He never hesitates. No, he used to say, like, I never say no to anybody. So he always accepts the requests coming from various departments, and he helps us more than 100%. So with this brief word of welcome, I congratulate everyone who are contributing to the conference to make it a successful event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the genial welcome. Launching from the escarting the myths, with the flew of sparkling stars from the terrain of twinkle up the sky, I would like to invite Dr. Idiahim Jeevaraj, sir, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, young and vibrant personality, to sum up overall dynamics of the conference.
Good morning to all. It's my pleasure to present the dynamics of the conference. So this is the first edition of ICFTI 2022. So this is the first conference in our department. So in upcoming years, we have conducted this conference carried over the many editions. So the introductions, the recent years, the computer technology has established as an application-oriented domain. So it attracts all the diverse fields of precision medicine, education, governance, and space technology and industries. So the computing technologies, that is unavoidable one in the day-to-day life, and it contributes in future also. So in this backdrop, we have planned to conduct the ICFTI 2022 in Visayappa College. The objective of the conference to encourage interdisciplinary and the multidisciplinary research area of computing as well as information sciences, to afford the common platform for academicians from the different universities and the colleges and experts from the industries and national laboratories, research laboratories, for exchange their ideas related to the computer science domain, to explore the new interdisciplinary areas of research for the applications of computer science. So in our conference, we have the three main tracks. The first track is machine learning and deep learning. The second track is computer networks and security. The third one is cloud computing, big data, and IoT. So in our conference, now totally we got 66 papers are received. The authors of the papers from states of India, China, South Asia, such as Malaysia and Thailand. So we are very much delighted to have a guest of honor, Dr. George Guinea, Professor, Brunel University, in our conference. This conference has two keynote addresses. The first keynote addresses on AI healthcare will be delivered by Dr. V. Shivakumar, Associate Professor, Asia Pacific University, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The second keynote address on challenges and responsibilities of IT people for the next few years towards the growth of South Asia by Dr. R. Shivashankar, International College of Digital Innovation at Chiang Mai University, Thailand. Thanks for this wonderful opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for summing up the dynamics of ICFTI 2022. In quest of the utmost supremacy at the launch of every affair would certainly create a keen on the effort we do. This is a turn to extend an astounding honor and a time to acknowledge the presence of the esteemed guest on the dais. May I now invite our principal, Dr. D. Paul Divran, sir, to honor our chief guest, Professor George Guinea, Professor and Director of Postgraduate Studies, Department of Computer Science, Brunel University, London, UK, with a memento as a token of love and respect. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. K. Rajkumar, sir, Dean of International Relations and Head Department of Computer Science, Shift 1, to honor our principal, Dr. D. Paul Divran, sir, by presenting a memento as a token of love and reverence. Thank you, sir. I invite Dr. J.G.R. Sathisilan, sir, Dean of Staff and Students Welfare, Head Department of Computer Science, to honor Dr. K. Rajkumar, sir, Dean of International Relations, Head Department of Computer Science, Shift 1, by presenting a memento as a token of love and light. Thank you, sir. May I now invite Dr. Eliahim Jivaraj, sir, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, to honor Dr. J.G.R. Sathisilan, sir, Dean of Staff and Students Welfare, Head Department of Computer Science, by presenting a memento as a token of love and honor. Thank you, sirs, for doing the honors. Thank you, sir. Please be seated.
A drive to carry the learners towards the significance of education. Dr. J.G.R. Sathisilan, sir, Dean of Staff and Students Welfare. Staff and Students Welfare, Head Department of Computer Science. A man of masterpiece of universe who frame our dream and life, lays firm foundation of young minds in our goals.
Good morning, everybody. I'm extremely happy today to take part in today's event, which is a very important milestone in the Department of Computer Science, where we have an international conference which has the title Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0. It's very interesting. At the outset, I would like to welcome from my side, as I head of the Department of Computer Science, our beloved principal for sparing his valuable time in spite of his busy schedule. Thank you, sir. He was already in a travel. He rushed to college to make it. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us today to grace this occasion. I would like to welcome dear Professor Dr. George, who is a very cool person. You know why? Because he's from UK. We are all hot people, right? And the dishes are also very hot and spicy here. That's what he was telling this morning. Anyway, we will have a warm session today, combining both hot and cold. Dear participants, I would like to congratulate Dr. Rajkumar and the organizers, Dr. Eliakim and Dr. Anuradha, all other faculty members. Dr. James is here, Dr. Jemima, all the faculty members are here. Very happy to see you all with a broad smile. That's very interesting. You know, this session will also be very lively. Without taking much of your time and my time, I want to say one word, that is cloud. We look for cloudiness, right? Outside also there is a little bit cloudy today. Climatic condition is also very conducive. This cloud is also a term or terminology that we use in our computer field. And what this cloud says, it covers almost all the technologies that we use in the field of computer science. The letters CLOUD forms a word cloud. What is C? C is computing. C is computing. If you talk about computing, you can bring all the computing, starting from, you know, ubiquitous computing, cloud computing, and grid computing, nano computing, whatnot. There are many other computing, right? So you can bring in any computing. You know, the budding researchers, you can pick one computing for your research area. Okay, soft computing is also there. Well, the second one is YAL. YAL stands for, any guess? In our field, languages. We are learning several languages, programming languages, right? Starting from C, C++, Java, Python, and whatnot. Every language has its own speciality. It has its own pattern and objective, and its you know, style is different. You know, Python is developed for some purpose. You know, other languages, Java is having its own style. You know, so these languages will lead us to develop a coding, software development, whatnot. There are many applications we can also develop using these languages. So, dear participants, pick one right language where you can travel much. You can develop your own software with the help of all these languages. When I talk about software, it will lead to software engineering. And when we talk about software engineering, it will talk about software testing, software metrics, and so on. Okay, it's endless. The third one, O. What is O? Any guess? Operating system. Without that, we cannot run the software, right? So this operating system is a platform where we run the softwares, okay? So try to identify the right operating system that you are looking for, you are working on it. And you can also do better research in the operating system that you are choosing. The next one is U, ubiquitous computing once again. And here we talk about anything that is found in the field of computer science. Nowadays, we are connecting and combining any domain, right? Just now I was listening to Dr. Rajkumar's welcome address where he was talking about the background of today's chief guest, Dr. George, who is well versed in different areas, not only in the field of computer science, but also in the other domain, psychology also. Interesting. So, dear students, don't stop with what we are learning now. Go beyond what is available in the present system, right? You can go beyond that. That is otherwise called outbound learning. Let us not confine ourselves with the syllabus that we have. We should travel beyond what is available outside the syllabus. So I've already mentioned operating system, and you can also go for outbound learning and other areas where you cannot find in the curriculum. The last one is D. Okay, D is data. When we talk about data, it is ruling the present computer field. Data science is upcoming course, and data mining, database management system, whatnot, big data analytics. We can talk about much when we talk about the data. The students, the last one is, yes, I want to add cloud and clouds in plural. This, yes, is the semantic world. Semantic world. We have to bring in the artificial intelligence concept into our computer field, because computer is now going to learn whatever human is learning, and we make the computer to learn. So with these letters, I hope we will travel much in the computer field. And it's also said in the title, futuristic technologies, right? In future, what is going to happen? We may not know that, but we can understand, we can predict what is going to happen in future. Because now the weather report says tomorrow it will rain, or this evening it will rain. How is it possible? We predict what is going to happen in future. So let us predict the future. Let us work currently. Let us get the past data and win the world. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for entangling us with your empowering speech. We call the leafy feathers of a foliage to fall from the stem as the showers of joy, in whose presence our ICFTI has more flourished. Dr. D. Paul Divrin, the principal of a college, associate professor in the Department of Mathematics, his firm attitude towards academic rigor promoted the institution to rank 4 among the arts and science colleges in India by the Ministry of Human Resource Development through NIRF. His competence and ability enveloped with a mission to lead the college to greater heights, like being recognized by the UGC as a college of excellence, the first among the affiliated colleges in Bharatidasan University to hold the title. He is a humble leader, is a versatile and vibrant persona. He is known for his impeccable ability to translate the vision of our institution into the reality with ease, learning, and efficiency. It's a great opportunity to lend a ear to listen to your empowering thoughts. May I request you, sir, to offer the presidential address.
Esteemed chief guest of the inaugural function of this international conference, Professor Dr. George, Professor of Computer Science from the University of Brunel, London. Beloved Head of the Department of Computer Science and Coordinator of all wings of Computer Science, Computer Application and Information Technology, and Dean for Staff and Student Welfare, Dr. J.J.R. Satyasilan. The Head of Data Science, Head of Computer Science, Self-Finance, Morning Shift, and Dean for International Relations, Dr. Rajkumar. Beloved organizing secretaries of this international conference, Dr. Jeevaraj, Dr. Anuradha, beloved Head of BCA, Dr. James. Dear members of faculty belong to the Department of Computer Science and Computer Application. Dear participants of this one-day international conference, dear student friends who are pursuing BSc and MSc Computer Science, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My warm greetings to all of you. It's a great privilege and honor for me to be with you this morning while the Department of Computer Science is very thoughtfully organizing an international conference, rather one-day international conference on futuristic technologies and Industry 5.0. First of all, I must appreciate and congratulate the head of the Department of Computer Science, Data Science, Dr. Rajkumar, and the organizing secretaries, Dr. Anuratha and Dr. Jeevaraj, and each and everyone who is instrumental for this to happen today in our campus in blended mode. Of course, some are presenting papers in this hall, and maybe a few other resource persons are presenting through online mode. I'm sure this day will be a beneficial day for all the students of computer science or the Research College of Computer Science. Really, it's a great thing that the title is appropriate, International Conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0. Of course, every day in the field of computer science, computer application, information technology, some is emerging and outdating the other. What is relevant, what is very much relevant today becomes obsolete even tomorrow. Is it okay? You keep on developing. That's the reason why we're doing well. And of course, for the past 2 years, we've been affected by the pandemic COVID-19, but of course, because of you, the information technology age, we've been connected and we've been doing well in different dimensions. At the juncture, I also join with you in welcoming the esteemed chief guest of today's inaugural function, Professor Dr. George from Industru Brunel. He took much pain to come to our campus. He has been here since 5th of May. He already visited the University of Pune, and of course, from there he moved to our place. And this morning, it's not new to our campus. He was here maybe 12 years ago in 2010, when Dr. Rajkumar organized an international conference. At the time, almost all the eminent professors came in person to our campus. We had, I think we had that conference in Computer Science Hall. So now we are having it here. So thank you so much for your presence. Really, your presence will enlighten our student friends, and definitely they can think ahead. So my dear friends, what all we do in our campus, we do it only for student friends, isn't it? Ever since you come after the pandemic, since middle of February, we've been having a lot of activities, academically, curricular, and extracurricular activities. Of course, we had Muthamal Vila, we had exhibition, we have National Science Week, and almost every department is organizing conferences. Today, you have your conference here, inaugural function, maybe around 10:30, already 10:30 now, maybe. And the Department of Zoology is going to organize another international conference. And the Department of Mathematics is organizing one day intercollegiate event. They call Magma. So, dear friends, so we're doing it only for empowering the student friends, isn't it? The motto of the Golden Jubilee celebration is excel and empower. Is it okay? Or empower and excel. Look, we are here to empower you. We are to empower ourselves. So when you attend a meeting like this, your horizon of thinking, your domain of thinking is getting enlarged, right? Rightly mentioned by the head of computing, Dr. Satya Selan. You should not confine to what you learned here. Is it okay? We can't incorporate all the topics in the curriculum. Very difficult. I just go through the brochure. Here it's mentioned the themes of the conference, as many as 21 topics. 21 topics. Is it okay? Everyone is a large field: computer networks, software engineering, signal processing, and your field: data mining, data science, big data, IoT, Internet of Things, and maybe wireless network, etc. Plenty. Blockchain. Is it okay? Bioinformatics is a degree program, isn't it? So if you take, we can't include all the topics, but you have to do it. Is it okay? You must refer. In library, we have all books. And you must do a lot of certification. We encourage, isn't it, departments? And in fact, I've been talking, we have departments of computer science, computer application, information technology, and data science. Is it okay? You may do BSc computer science. Is it okay? The paper that you want to study, maybe in the MSc data science, but you can take. Is it okay? And these days, no, all major scientists, now, those days, the beginning, maybe the 80s, only who are doing computer science have some relevance. Now everyone has, isn't it? Even BCom introduced BCom data science. So the university nomenclature, they oppose the nomenclature. So therefore they introduced BSc of BCom, there is business analytics. Is it okay? So it's another way of calling data science. If we take MTech program, they have MTech specialization, MTech computer science specialization in machine learning and artificial intelligence, MTech computer science specialization in big data analytics. Is it okay? A lot of programs are there. Is it okay? In those days, when we studied computer science, the beginning 80s, almost we have just now, you also mentioned about the languages. We have different languages. We used to study basic, Fortran, Gopal, Pascal, C, then C++. It came developed. In those days, in all programs, all were there. Simultaneously introduced, isn't it? So B.Tech fellow, BE fellow, B computer science fellow will study 477. B MSc applied math also study 477. BSc fellows math will study 477. Like that, these days, all are exposed to big data analytics. All are exposed to data science. All are exposed to Python. All are exposed to Java. Is it okay? So therefore, now competition is very heavy. Is it okay? It's a dynamic world, highly volatile world, changing world. So unless you season yourself in different dimensions, it is difficult for you to settle. That's the reason all departments are very vibrant in organizing a lot of events, a lot of conferences, symposia, workshops, the regional level, national level, international level. These days, every conference can be international conference because we got the wonderful online connectivity. Is it okay? Only thing, they must be willing to speak to you for an hour, for half an hour through online, and you can interact even better. Is it okay? You can put in chat box and it will reach. Normally, in meetings like this, in question session, mostly students will not raise and ask because they may be reluctant. It's always there in a crowd of 100, crowd of 200. Is it okay? How can we make? We just say, organizer will say, don't worry, don't feel shy. Just ask. It may even be preoccupied. In home, one-to-one, isn't it? Is it okay? And person is addressing, many can listen in one-to-one basis. At the time, you may have a better idea too. So therefore, this drawback of pandemic, okay, pandemic made us not to come together, but it connected better. Is it okay? Wonderful, isn't it? Is it okay? We thought connectivity is possible only when you are together attending a function, but large connectivity is possible when you are not meeting through online. Not meeting physically, but it is possible through online. Is it okay? So dear friends, somehow we have to we must remove all the blocks that we have in our mind. Nobody is intelligent, nobody is dull, everybody is equal. Only thing we have to apply ourselves. Only thing we have to apply, work very, very hard. There is no substitute for hard work. You may be coming from an ordinary background, doesn't matter. Is it okay? India is a heterogeneous nation. What's the beauty of our nation? It's diversity. Is it okay? Diversity. Is it okay? It is, some places are even colder than England. Is it okay? Some places are even very warmer than African nations. Is it okay? We have a wonderful nation, isn't it? From Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We are in the southmost state. Is it okay? So dear friends, so we have a diversified nature, isn't it? Similarly, students are coming from different background, from affluent family, upper class family, then their middle class family, lower middle class family, first generation. And it's all are here in India, the biggest democratic country, isn't it? But we are doing well in terms of information technology, in terms of research in the field of science and technology. We are doing well. By NASA, many of Indians, expatriates are there doing well. So only the mindset, isn't it? Only thing, the mindset. We had a humble beginning, isn't it? So the beginning, when we introduced computer science way back in 1984, we just, with much difficulty, we purchased one microprocessor. And those was control programming for microprocessor, where we worked, even studied computer science work for some time. Only 3 terminals, 1 CPU. Is it okay? We worked. Is it okay? Even to get, even to raise fund 1.10 lakhs, 1.1 lakh, we find very difficult. Is it okay? Now we are doing better. We have thousands of computers, highly configured computers, different lab setups. Why? Because the leaders' thought was different, isn't it? They always thought in a different way. So nothing could block us, our growth. Is it okay? The willpower. Is it okay? The willpower. The hard work will make you to the front. So we have a lot of connections. Yesterday we missed us along with our today's chief guest. We had professors from University of Appalachian State, from US, North Carolina. Is it okay? Earlier, some students have gone to spend 1 semester, isn't it? Even you can join, isn't it? You can go abroad now. The pandemic is over now. Is it okay? You can go to university. When you go to Appalachian, you have to spend only a few lakhs for travel alone, travel and stay. Tuition fee is free. Normally, in US, if you go there to study, which is taxable, the college fee, tuition fee, it becomes 35 lakhs, 40 lakhs per year. Difficult, isn't it? So when you go through our college, an exchange program to spend 1 semester, and what you can do some courses there, you can transfer the credits here. They said, okay, therefore you need to study those courses again in our college. Some students are coming from there. It happens. So it should happen. So we have to spend some resources. Is it okay? You have to use your brain sometimes, or to spend your time, you have to use your money. Is it okay? You have to use different kinds of resources to come up in life. Is it okay? For organizing this kind of event is not an easy task, isn't it? We have to connect, we have to rope them, all the academicians from different universities to come to also at the same time this day to share their views. So dear friends, so All that requires is mindset. Is it okay, frame? Is it okay? So, dear friends, make use of all the opportunities. Today, you're going to have hectic schedule of events. I'm sure by listening to the different kinds of lectures, it's mentioned here, of course, Dr. Devaraj mentioned, you just augmented all these 21 topics in 3 kinds of sessions. Nice. So you may be a first year fellow. Is it okay? Don't think you're inferior. You can do. Is it okay? You may be a final year MSc. Don't think I've missed the past 2 years. We are in pandemic, sir. We are the last verge of finishing the portion, finishing the event semester, 4th semester. So we are at a great loss. Not like that, isn't it? Doesn't matter. All depends upon your mind. I'm sure you can always get connected. Is it? Connectivity is most important. Is it okay? Of course, you are known for connectivity. And in life too, we must be connected properly with all good attributes, all good people. Is it okay? So then we can come up, we can excel in life. As the motto says, we must empower ourselves and we must excel and we must come out in flying colors when you go out of this college. So once again, we appreciate and congratulate the organizers for making this event happen in our campus. All the best. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us with your invaluable insights.
The objective of this proceeding is to encourage interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary research in the area of computing and information science and to explore new ideas of research in computer science. As we are going to release the proceeding of ICFTI, International Conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0. I request our chief guest along with other dignitary on the dais to release the proceeding of ICFTI 5.0. Please, sirs.
Let's give acoustic applause as a release of the proceedings of International Conference on the Futuristic Technologies and Industries 5.0. Proceedings of ICFTI, the International Conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0. Thank you, sirs. You can please be seated. Embracing the fineness of wisdom is the upshot of our intellects to excel in the field. It's a great honor and privilege to introduce our chief guest of the day, Professor George Ginia, Professor and Director of Taught Postgraduate Studies, Department of Computer Science, Brunel University, UK. He obtained his BSc degree with a computer science and mathematics major from the University of Witwatersrand, South Africa. A person who awakening the desires of the young generation and sharpening the educational agenda. We are pleased to imbibe your pearly words and inspiring thoughts with us. The stage is all yours, sir.
Thank you so much, dear principal, esteemed colleagues, and fellow computer scientists. It is a great privilege and honor for me to be here at Bishop Herbert once again. It's my second visit, my third visit to India, and each time I return with a greater sense of purpose and mission. I don't have many words to say, but can I start by asking you, what is the greatest work of a nation? What do you think? I'm asking you a question. Who has any answers to that question? Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest work of a nation, in my opinion, are its people. And from that point of view, India is the wealthiest nation on earth. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you and, you know, in your young eyes, bright minds, I see the future of a great country. It is up to you to make sure that this ascending path on which India is currently on is fulfilling its potential. The principal said that we are all equal, and indeed we are. However, yesterday I had a talk on paradoxes, and may I add another paradox? We are all equal, yet we are all individuals. So we are all individuals within this equality. You all have your own unique perspective to bring. You all have richness of imagination, richness of initiative. This is absolutely great. You have to fulfill your potential. You have to fulfill your ambition. You have to realize your dreams. It's not going to be easy. There are many challenges on the road ahead. Yet within all your individuality, you contribute to the richness, to the development of your country. Now, another thing I'd like to emphasize is that, of course, all of you, are studying for your bachelor's and your MSc, and to have a conference organized by your department, an international conference to boot, is something amazing. Is something that certainly, in my undergraduate career, never happened. So that just goes to show how incredibly lucky you all are to have this forum, to exchange ideas, to learn new initiatives, to showcase projects. It's absolutely great. And, you have to benefit from it to the maximum. But more importantly, what I want to emphasize is that the only constant thing in life is change, of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, you are on a journey here, and that journey, the only thing that it will be characterized for sure is change. What you learn now, ladies and gentlemen, your skill sets, your technical skill sets, especially in computing science, will be out of date in 5 to 7 years' time. What will you do then? You have always to embark and to embrace on change. You have to adopt change as part of your lives. You have to look at how to manage change, how to adapt, and how to reskill, and how to look at factors beyond technical competence, factors such as leadership, management, talking to a wide variety of stakeholders and arranging consensus. These are things upon which success ultimately will depend on. And it is up to you, each and every one of you, to embrace change. Last but not least, I'm terribly excited about this conference from a very selfish reason, because for my sins, and I have a few, I am the editor of a journal called the International Journal of Pervasive Computing and Communications. And of course, the remit of the conference aligns very closely with that of the journal. So I would like to, the journal, by the way, is Scopus indexed, and you don't have to pay a fee if you don't want to. Okay, so you don't have to, it's not the open access journal if you don't want to publish open access. So I do invite for the very best papers of the conference to be published in an extended fashion to the journal of which I'm editor of. So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed panel and guests, I'm very honored to be part of this extremely exciting event. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. May they bring a lot of success to you, your families, and to your country. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. We feel empowered and encouraged by your inspiring thoughts. We shall strive our best to make it our own and live it. Thank you once again.
Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Gratitude makes sense of the past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Now I request Dr. Anuradha Ma'am, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. First and foremost, I would like to thank our Lord for countless blessings. My heart fills with lots of gratitude and respect for our respected principal, honorable chief guest, and all the dignitaries on the dais. It's such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank you all. On behalf of the conference organizing committee, I extend my gratitude to honorable chief guest, Professor George Guinea, Professor and Director of TART Postgraduate Studies, Department of Computer Science, Brunei University, London, to take out time to come here and grace this wonderful occasion. A big thank you, sir, for inspiring and encouraging us with your word on this day. A heartfelt thanks to our principal, Dr. D. Paul Dayabran, sir, for awakening the passion and desire to support us as a ladder to reach the pole of success. Thank you, sir. I also thank our Dean of Staff and Student Welfare, Head, Department of Computer Science, Dr. J.G.R. Satyaseelan, sir, for encouraging us consistently and helping us in the best way. Thank you, sir. I am very much thankful to our head of the department, Dr. K. Rajkumar, sir, for his continuous support and advices, which have greatly helped towards the successful organization of ICFGA 2022. Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to thank all the reviewers and technical committee members for providing their valuable comments in time and help towards the improvement of quality of research articles, which is going to be present in the International Conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0 2022. I thank all the plenary speakers and the delegates for their enthusiastic participation in this conference. I also extend my thanks to all my colleagues and the student friends for their enormous cooperation in the organization of this event. I once again thank everyone whose contribution will make this conference a successful one. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of gratitude. We end this program with a patriotic note. Kindly rise up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, one and all. I extend my affable thanks to all the dignitaries on the dais for sharing the experience and expertise on the ICFTI 5.0. Thank you, one and all. Please be seated. Kindly wait as the dignitaries leaves the hall. Kindly rise up as a mark of respect. The special refreshments as arranged outside the hall. The special refreshments as arranged outside the hall. Kindly have your refreshments and do assemble back after 15 minutes in the same premises. We have a versatile personality. Dr. V. Shivakumar sir will deliver the keynote address about the artificial intelligence in healthcare. Thank you one and all. Kindly please be seated. Kindly please be seated. Request every one of you to kindly occupy your respective seats. Kindly occupy your respective seats. We're seeking your cooperation, attention. As the refreshments are on the way and getting ready, we're seeking your cooperation and attention to kindly please be seated. As the refreshments are on the way and getting ready, within the 5 minutes, you can have your special refreshments. Next, we have a keynote address. We have a versatile personality will address after the refreshments is over. Dr. V. Shivakumar sir will deliver the keynote address about the artificial intelligence in healthcare. The special refreshments is arranged outside the hall. Kindly have your refreshments and do assemble back within 15 minutes in the same premises, seeking your presence and your cooperations. Then we have versatile personality. The host refreshments, Dr. V. Shivakumar, will deliver the keynote address on artificial intelligence in healthcare. So please have your refreshments and do assemble back within 15 minutes in the same premises. Thank you one and all.
பேப்பர் வைக்க முடியுது.
Hello. Hello. இதை அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. வீடியோ செட்டிங்ஸ்ல என்ன சார் மாத்தணும்?
சார் குட் மார்னிங் சார்.
ஜீவா குட் மார்னிங். வீடியோ செட்டிங்ஸ் ஏதோ சொல்லுது.
வீடியோ செட்டிங் சார். இதை செக் பண்றேன்.
cannot start the video, muted by ஏதோ சொல்லுது something.
Wait for a minute. சார் இப்போ செக் பண்ணுங்க.
fail to start the video camera அப்படிங்குது. select another video camera அந்த another எனக்கு ஒன்னு தான இது.
சார் உங்க இதுல செக் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
integrated webcam தான் காட்டுது அதுல செட்டிங்ஸ்ல நான் போனேன்னா.
சார் ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் ஆகுதுன்னு பாருங்க இல்லனா.
Host has disabled the participant screen sharing சொல்லுது. Host has asked to start the videoங்கிறப்ப நான் கிளிக் பண்ண வர மாட்டேங்குது. cannot start னே சொல்லுது.
சார் இதே வர மாட்டேங்குது சார் உங்களோடது. as to start வீடியோ கொடுத்துட்டேன்.
ஒரு நிமிஷம் நான் லீவ் ஆயிட்டு திரும்ப இன்னொரு தடவை வரவா பாக்குறேன்.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே. மணிகண்டன் ரெஃப்ரெஷ்மென்ட் முடிச்சிட்டாங்கன்னா எல்லாத்தையும் வர சொல்லுங்க. தௌஃபிக் சீக்கிரம் வர சொல்லுங்க எல்லாத்தையும். லிஸ்ட் லேப்டாப்ல இருக்கு. உங்களுக்கு மாத்தி லிஸ்ட் அனுப்பியிருக்கேன். உங்களுக்கு அனுப்பி லிஸ்ட் மாத்தி அனுப்பியிருக்கேன். போய் தான் இப்போ அனுப்பணும். ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு லேப் எடுத்துட்டு சொல்லிடலாம்ல. ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு லேப் எடுத்துட்டு சொல்லவா? கனெக்ஷன் இது வைஃபை இல்ல. இங்க இல்லையா வைஃபை? என்னோட இதுல இருக்கு. ஆமா நான் காலேஜ் இதுல ரெஜிஸ்டர் மொபைல் டேட்டா கனெக்ட் ஆகாதா? மொபைல் டேட்டா அப்புறம் என்ன? மொபைல் டேட்டா தான் இங்க எடுக்கவே மாட்டேங்குது. மொபைலே எடுக்க. வாட்ஸ்அப்ல ஒரு மெசேஜ் அனுப்பி 10 நிமிஷம் கழிச்சு டெலிவரி ஆகுது. சார் சூப்பர். சார் ஓகே சார்.
ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் பண்ணி பார்க்கவா?
ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க.
Are you able to see the slides?
Yes sir.
இப்போ நான் இங்க நேவிகேட் ஆகறப்ப எதுவும் தெரியுதா?
தெரியும் சார். தெரியும் சார் தெரியும்.
இல்ல நான் மெயிலுக்கு நேவிகேட் ஆயிருக்கேன் தெரியுதா?
அது தெரியல.
இல்ல இப்ப ஸ்கிரீன்னா பர்టిక్యులர் விண்டோ தான பண்ணுவோம்.
ஆமா ஆமா கரண்ட் விண்டோ. அந்த பவர் பாயிண்ட் செலக்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா இது மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும்.
இப்போ நான் மெயில்ல இருக்கேன் தெரியுதான்னு பார்த்து மட்டும் சொன்னேன்.
தெரியல சார்.
அதே மாதிரி எங்களுடைய அவுட்லுக் மெசேஜஸ்ல இருக்கேன் தெரியுதா?
தெரியல. இங்க ஸ்பீக்கர்ல போட்டுருக்க எல்லாருக்கும் கேக்குது.
அட கடவுளே சும்மா இல்ல இப்ப தெரியல ஏன்னா எனக்கு அடுத்த கிளாஸ் இருக்கனால மெசேஜஸ் வரும் அதுக்காக ஜஸ்ட் இன் கேஸ் எதுவும் அர்ஜென்ட் மெசேஜ்ல I'll just navigate through. Otherwise, no issue.
Oh, okay, sir. No problem. Sir, or 5 minutes.
Okay, so everything is fine, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. நீங்க லீவ் ஆயிட்டு கூட அப்புறம் கனெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கங்க. ஓகே.
இப்ப சீக்கிரம் ஆரம்பிச்சு பண்ண முடிக்கும். நம்மணும்.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே.
ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே. வருதா
இது ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு மெயின் அங்க ஆஃப் ஏன்னா அடுத்த ரீஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது.
ஓகே.
Good morning to one and all. A cordial greetings and a warm wishes for the International Conference Technologies and Industries 5.0 organized by the Department of Computer Science, Bishop Iba College. Reach high for stars lie hidden your soul. Dream deep for every dream lead the goal. It's time to cheer, to shine, to inspire and to be inspired. Here we have an eminent personality, Dr. V. Shivakumar, to share the keynote address on artificial intelligence in healthcare. Dr. V. Shivakumar is currently working as a senior lecturer at School of Computing in Asia Pacific University, Lumpur, Malaysia. He had earlier served as a faculty at senior positions in several publication universities of India, Ethiopia, and Libya with over 20 years of experience. He bagged gold medal in his master's. He has done PhD in computer science pertaining to the area of fractals bound tumor analysis. His area of research include medical image processing, machine learning, fractal analysis, and big data analytics. He is one of the proud recipients of 21st Century Knowledge Initiative Award for carrying out the Indo-AS collaborative research project at University of North Florida. He has got over 40 publications in Scopus and reputed peer-reviewed journals. He has participated and presented his research articles in several international conferences. It's a great pleasure to extend a cordial welcome to you, sir, for the International Conference on Futuristic Technologies and Industry 5.0, organized by the Department of Computer Science, Bishop Iba College. Most welcome to you, sir, and over to you now.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. And I wish this international conference on futuristic technologies and industry 5.0 a grand success. Shall I start my talk?
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Okay, so today my topic of talk is artificial intelligence in healthcare. I hope you are all able to view my slides, right?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. So I'm Sivakumar. I'm working as associate professor here in Asia Pacific University, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So I'm happy to be a part of your international conference. Let's get into our topic. Okay. Yeah. What do you mean by AI? Okay, what is AI? So don't think that like a teacher, I'm asking you questions and all. Okay, so just to make it quite interactive, I would like to post you some questions. So what do you mean by AI? Any questions from the participants? Any answers? Yes, yeah. Yes.
Artificial intelligence.
I know AI is artificial intelligence. What do you mean by artificial intelligence? Okay, so let me tell you. So you know, AI is the ability of a computer, right? Or you can call it as, because AI means we visualize robo, right? So it's an ability of a computer or a robo controlled by a computer to do the particular tasks, which are usually done by humans, right? Because they require that human intelligence. When you talk in terms of, okay, you're all having a subject AI in your syllabus, you're all doing research in the area of AI. So what do we say? AI is one of the branches of computer science that emphasizes the development of intelligence in machines. So machine intelligence for what? For thinking and working like humans. So we need to inject that intelligence as humans into machines so that machines will also think and perform the tasks as we do. So, speech recognition, problem solving, learning, planning, you all might be having on lessons on machine learning, deep learning. So all these things are pertaining to the area of AI, right? So what is AI is used for? We know what is AI now, right? So as I said, artificially, we are going to inject the intelligence. Thereby, we will make the machines to have that capability to learn and solve problems by themselves, right? So now, what is AI used for? As we know, AI is the simulation of human intelligence in machines, right? So AI makes it possible for the machines to learn from experience. So it learns from experience, it works on the new inputs, thereby it will be able to perform human-like tasks. Okay, so AI is mainly used for making the machines to perform human-like tasks. Right, so now let us get into AI in healthcare. AI in healthcare, you all might have heard about this term. It is an umbrella term, okay, because it covers a wide area. That's why I said it's an umbrella term to describe the applications of machine learning algorithms, deep learning algorithms, of course, any other cognitive technologies, especially in the settings of medical field. That is what we call this as AI in healthcare. Or else, in the simplest sense, I want to make you understand means AI is when computers, I mean the machines, they mimic the human cognition. Okay, so that machines will be able to capable of learning, thinking, making the decisions, taking actions. So that is what we mean here, AI in healthcare. As we all know, AI in healthcare has got the potential to assist healthcare providers. Okay, so AI in healthcare means it has its potential to assist the healthcare providers. There are many aspects that it helps the healthcare providers, patient care, right? Administrative processes in patient-based enabled handling of patients, the entire administrative process in medical field. So that's why we say AI in healthcare is primarily concerned with the construction of AI programs that perform diagnosis, thereby making the therapy recommendations. Goals. What are the main goals? So yes, dissemination of best medical expertise to geographical regions, making consultation help available to non-specialists to formalize the medical expertise. So what do you mean by this? The main goal of AI is to predict. Okay, predict what? Now we are all in pandemic situation. We know. So the spread of COVID-19, spread of any infectious diseases. Okay, so we need to predict and track the spread of those infectious diseases. How do we do that? How can we do that? By analyzing the data, right? So that's the main goal of AI in healthcare. Okay, so let's go through a survey that was done on healthcare. So you can see, of course, this survey was done by the Doctors Company, which is a medical malpractice insurance company, USA, headquartered at USA. So they came out with this survey on AI in healthcare. So you can see 53% of people are optimistic about the prospects of AI in medicine. 35% of the people are using AI in their practices. I mean, people mean here the people in healthcare, the healthcare providers. 66% they believe that AI will definitely lead to faster diagnosis. 66 in turn they believe that AI will lead to more accurate diagnose as well. Not only faster diagnose, accurate diagnose as well. So what is the overall summary of this survey? What do we infer from this survey? So we can say AI in healthcare can enhance the preventive care. Preventive care. It enables, it enhances the quality of life. It can produce more accurate diagnosis. It can help you for planning the treatments. Thereby, overall, it leads to the better patient outcomes overall, right? So that is what we can infer from this survey. So now let's see how AI in healthcare are used. So these are the main things I'm going to touch today: medical imaging, early detection of ailments, decision support in diagnosis, surgeries, better user experience, wearable-based technology to get the data, right? So when you talk in terms of medical imaging, you can see here, there are several tools. You can see CT scans, modalities we can say, right? MRI scans, X-rays. They are all used to diagnose several infectious diseases, especially cancers and tumors. So what happens here? Once the scans will be done, what happens then? See, once the scans are done, radiologists will review those images for the sign of any diseases, right? So we can easily make it out how useful an AI can be. Not only in here, let's talk in terms of research domain. Even in research domain also, if you see, an AI algorithm definitely can easily be fed the images, of course, labeled by the radiologist, and it can easily excel the radiologist in finding the cancer tumors. So you might have gone through the literature, you might have come across several journal articles, okay? So we can notice there are many techniques which can achieve a very good accuracy in the cancer diagnosis, right? It has been proved. Of course, neural network has proved almost 99% of accuracy in diagnosing the cancer. Okay, when you see the accuracy achieved by doctors, it's almost 38 to 50%. Based on the images, I mean, the radiology's images. So definitely AI in healthcare will support in reducing the errors in the diagnosis. So thereby what we can do, the early detection of cancers would happen, which would definitely serve to save many lives, right? Then let me talk about the next point, early detection of ailments. So I have mentioned here the vision problems, diabetic retinopathy, okay, the COVID detection, cough detection, which leads to COVID detection, heart conditions, okay, the machine learning models play a vital role with its technologies, the techniques, approaches being used in the early detection of all these ailments. I have mentioned here an image on where the partnership between Microsoft and Apollo, they developed and deployed, right, new machine learning model for what? To predict the patient risk for heart disease, thereby assisting the doctors on their own treatment plans. Of course, they have come out with an AI-powered application program. Okay, that interface is also very user-friendly. Okay, so Microsoft, of course, it has got its collaboration in many of the path-breaking technologies. If you see with the LV Prasad Eye Institute also, if you see, they have collaborated with eye care, okay, technology. So heart disease and eye care as well. So there are many. So you can see in decision support system, especially in the field of diagnosis. If you see, of course, doctors are all very busy, we know. Always the doctors in the emergency departments are overworked, okay? So we can say overworked or fatigued is even. So that may result in error in the diagnosis, right? Patient diagnosis. So one of the ways to reduce this error is through using AI in healthcare. That is through an AI assistant. That's what we mean. AI-based an assistant for the doctors. Imagine when the patient books an appointment. Okay. So you just, while booking an appointment itself, the AI assistant get to collect their symptoms. What are they facing? What are they experiencing? Using those symptoms, the AI engine, okay, AI engine means behind the scenes. Okay, it could make a couple of pre-diagnoses in advance and it can send them straight to the doctor so that the doctor knows exactly what to expect before even seeing the patient, right? So AI assistants can successfully reduce the risk of misdiagnosis, I can say. We have seen there are many examples we can give. UK-based company, there is a company, Babylon Health. So of course, they were the first to have, digital-based health service provider. Of course, they do combine many artificial intelligence powered platform for the diagnosis of patients to assist patient diagnosis. We can keep giving many such examples, okay? There are virtual nursing assistants as well. Okay, so this is especially, if you see, useful for the patients who are all recently being discharged from the hospital. So those who are recently discharged from the hospital, what do they need? They need a patient care, home care. So these virtual assistants would be accessible, right? So how? They can be accessible through an app. So you can make use of your mobile. You can access through these virtual assistants on the app. So they would conduct daily check-ins. Okay. So when the daily check-ins are done, patients are supposed to answer their questions. Okay. It would go ahead. Okay. So with all those informations back to the hospital, thereby hospital will enable to provide the ongoing care without going for hospital at all. That means you don't need to go with hospital visit. The virtual assistants can help you. Okay. So we have got a vital role of all these things. Decision support system. Decision support in diagnosis is AI assistant, virtual nursing assistants I was talking about. Of course, explainable AI, I will touch towards the end of this explainable AI. Yes, the virtual branch, you can see physical branch, we were talking about those things and all. Okay, use of robots. That is, let me touch after this, AI assisted surgeries. Okay, that is virtual branch. Of course, the physical branch. Now, the virtual branch of AI in medicine, if you see, the virtual component is represented through machine learning models. Of course, machine learning algorithms, you know, of categories unsupervised, supervised, and we have got reinforcement learning as well. Supervised and unsupervised are all quite familiar, you know that, machine learning models. Reinforcement learning, what do you mean by reinforcement learning? Decision making. It is a science of decision making. Okay, it's all about learning the behavior, optimal behavior in an environment to obtain the maximum reward, right? So that is what we mean the reinforcement learning means. So generally, it focuses on the learning processes. Okay, so you know, machine learning model will be provided with a set of actions, will be provided with a set of parameters. Okay, it will be provided with a set of n values as well. You need to define the rules. Okay, machine learning algorithm will try to explore different options and possibilities. Right. So this reinforcement learning will teach the machine learning processes with those trial and error, okay, to learn and adapt accordingly from the past experiences, right? And you know, there are quite a more number of machine learning algorithms you are all quite familiar with. It has got its place in AI healthcare, in predictive modeling especially. Okay, so Bayes-based classifier, you can mention k-means clustering algorithm, support vector machine, linear regression, logistic regression, right? Of course, as I said, 99% accuracy achieved through the neural networks, artificial neural networks. So that's a part of this reinforcement learning as well. Decision tree, okay, supervised learning, the classification and all. Random forest also a part of your supervised learning. Nearest neighborhood. Okay, all these methods all have a good place in the diagnosis. And coming to physical branch, as I said, AI assisted surgeries. Okay, earlier what we were talking about using the technique, the approaches, techniques, methods, machine learning, deep learning, reinforcement learning, those are all the virtual branch of AI in healthcare. Coming to physical branch, AI assisted surgeries, autonomous robots designed for surgeries. Okay, the preciseness, because you know, they are all robust. They will get tired. A doctor can get tired, but not robots, right? So the superhuman memory, ability to do the repeated actions. And surgeons, you see, they need a steady hand to handle the surgery. Whereas robots, they do have the steady handling of all during the surgery, right? So it is easy to achieve with the robotic hand that steadiness. Okay, but of course, there's a long way to deploy them completely and to make it autonomous surgeon. Now it is being used, okay, in the surgery as an assistant. So that's why I mean the physical branch as an AI assistant surgery. Okay, because we need to go further in localization and mapping, 3D tracking, cooperative control with humans. Okay. So overall, AI, we can say it is used to monitor the movements of surgeons during the course of any complex surgery. So definitely this AI assistance will drastically reduce the chances of happening of any mishap, right? Because AI is able to alert them in case surgeon is going to do something out of the norm. Okay, so because surgeries may last for a long hours, right? Of course, it does have this, you can see the use of robots to deliver treatment, okay, in different ways. Effectiveness of treatment would be achieved through involvement of robots in the surgery, robotic surgery. Okay, you can see this is what I mean, the physical branch, or how it has been involved. So we keep talking about that kinematic modeling, right? So which is kinematic modeling is the mathematical description of the robot. Okay, so the functional dimensions and all will be decided by the kinematic modeling. Zigbee, we mentioned Zigbee. It is a wireless technology, right? Low power wireless machine to machine technology. Okay, so we could see how AI has got its place in healthcare. The list is not limited. Better user experience. So drug discovery platforms providing feedback to the system. AI is used for discovering all the new medicines as well, right? Drug discovery. When you go with machines, of course, when it is being done without this AI, generally it will cost several $billion to discover a new drug. because they need to combine many compounds of medicines to create the new medicines, right? But you can see now AI is being used in the pharmaceutical companies. Thereby, AI-powered drug discovery happens. That's what I mean here, drug discovery. The AI algorithm will work well. It will help to minimize the drug interactions. Okay, so AI-based such tools can drastically cut down the time to discover the new drugs and to develop a very good drug as well. Okay, so and wearable based technology to get the data, because AI, you know, it will make use of the wearable technology to generate data, to get the data. Okay, so Fitbit, Apple Watch, Google Glass, heart rate, SpO2 levels, oxygen levels, glucose level, weight, medication, nutrition, everywhere we can come across wearable. Of course, we all have Fitbit, you know. So these wearables are what? Just they are all these electronic devices. When they will be placed on your body, they will help to measure the temperature, right? Blood pressure, blood oxygen, breathing rate, everything, physical movement, everything, the changes in the direction as well. Okay, muscle, brain, skin, everything could be calculated through these wearable fitness trackers. We all have a smartwatch, right? Nowadays, ECG monitor is also be done through the smartwatch. Blood pressure monitoring could be done through the smartwatch. Diabetic checker can be done through the smartwatch. Okay, so Apple Watch, Fitbit are the classical examples we know as far as wearable technology is concerned. Okay, so wearable market growth, if you see, huge, enormous growth. The key technologies, whatever I talked about now, you can see it has gone with a marvelous growth. So it is expected to reach 27.49 USD billion by 2026. Right? So you can see here I have given just a landscape of how the AI is used in healthcare with regard to different domains: personalized healthcare, nutrition, mental health, analytics, drug discovery, diagnostic and pathology, clinical trials, preventive care, health and software, chatbot, virtual assistant, whatnot. Okay, so there are several benefits we can keep talking about. In line with the benefits, we can have the potential risks as well. So there are few benefits I keep listing out here. Assistance with case triage. Assistance with case triage. What do you mean by that? The purpose of the triage. What is the purpose of triage? To save many lives. That's what we mean. Saving lives with AI. Okay, hospitals are all producing huge data, so much of data. It's becoming really difficult to provide the analytics. Okay, so how do we go forward by saving lives with AI, with so much of data, performing analytics on this data, so to predict what's going to happen, right? Enhanced imaging and segmentation. Of course, imaging, segmentation and all has got its potential in a wider area, but nowadays you can see while performing the image segmentation operations, the CNN, convolution neural networks, have really got excellent feature extraction capabilities. So thereby good feature expressions could be extracted. It does not require manual extraction, right? Integration and improvement of workflow. I think there is a delay in the navigation of slides. Kindly bear with it. Okay, the integration and improvement of workflow. What does that mean? Workflow, improvement in the workflow. AI can impact the healthcare for what? To automate all the administrative tasks, right? Technology can be used as voice to text transcriptions that can be used for ordering the tests, prescribing the medications, chart notes, whatnot. Okay. This is risk prediction. This is risk prediction. So we have got so much of EHR, electronic health records. So they contain critical information for both medical providers and for patients as well. So these information could interfere with an AI, I mean the AI algorithm, with its ability to predict the patient's risk for any kind of future disease. Okay. And of course, false negatives, false positives. False positive is when a doctor determines something is true and when it is really false. So that's what we call it as type 1 error, which is false positive. Let us take the example of your COVID-19. Your COVID test is done. Your COVID test is positive, but of course you are not having COVID. Your pregnancy test is positive. In fact, you are not pregnant. So that is false positive. And of course, we can keep talking about false negative and all. Okay, so false negatives are quite common, still common, of course, with our COVID-19 PCR testing, right? Systems error. So these are all some of the potential risks from AI in healthcare. Systems error. Right? AI systems may unknowingly apply the programmed methodology, right, for assessment, sometimes inappropriately, which results in error. Okay. And we should not over-rely as well, because here over-reliance is happening as far as the diagnosis is concerned. So over-reliance on the technology can also result in serious consequences for patients. Unexplainable results. So that got evolved as explainable AI. Right? Because it's quite unclear. Unclear lines of accountability. AI-based tools, if you take, they are very much challenging the standard clinical practices because it's quite challenge to assign a blame. Okay. How does it assure the safety? Accountability for AI. That means you need to look for a solid evidence, right? The goals and objectives of your AI system should be properly mapped. The roles, responsibilities, the line of authority needs to be accountable. Okay. So thereby, it gives a challenge of acquiring new skill requirements to know about all the things happening around AI. There are some network-based issues, okay? So that's quite vulnerable, right? Malicious attack and all. So that's also one of the potential risks. So overall, what we can say based on the potential benefits and risks that we have seen, it will be there. Whenever there will be some potential benefit, there will be a parallel potential risk as well. So to lessen these risks, what we are supposed to do, the physicians involved, they should be given with proper training in the use of AI, and they should adhere to the standards that are provided by the device companies. Right? So of course, we can keep talking about several key technologies like mobile health. Okay, there are several mobile health apps. My Dose Coach is there for type 2 diabetes. Go Spiro app is there. Okay, Reset. Okay, so I just quickly go through these apps. Okay, mHealth, mobile health. So its software is a medical device, SAMD. And mobile health also, you can see the market growth, enormous exponential growth expect to be happen by 2026. And key technologies, as we keep talking about all these things, overall, I can say that AI in healthcare would cover the usage of deep learning networks, okay, which does involve the neural network, convolution neural network, all those things, artificial neural networks, okay, so machine learning and deep learning, okay, as a part of techniques in AI and healthcare. Okay, so all these things are regarding machine learning. All these things. Just I'll move on to explainable AI. Okay. So explainable AI, if you see, doctor is coming out with a diagnosis and patient is still confused. Is he really has got that problem? Because AI-based assistance will enable the doctors to come out with those decisions. Or these decisions are true, real, acceptable. See, the computer assures me that you're fine. It has given me 100 reasons for that, but the patient doesn't feel himself as fine. So vice versa. So there comes this explainable AI in healthcare. So due to the advancements in IoT, advancements in computer vision, deep learning bound computer vision, okay, the models are all inscrutable. So how do you interpret those decisions? Right? We need to explain that. Right? Explainable AI. It is also called as interpretable AI. Right? So it is quite familiar nowadays, popular in AI, where the results of the solutions is expected to be understandable by the humans. Right? So AI will arrive at a solution like a black box, right? But how do we rely on this? So this explainable AI to the methods and the application of AI technology will make you more understandable, especially to humans. And of course, LIME, local interpretable model agnostic explanation. It will help to illuminate a machine learning model and to make its predictions individually comprehensible. Okay, so these kind of LIME, okay, methods will explain the classifier for any particular single instance you take. So which will be suitable for the local explanations that will be provided. So that's what we call it as local interpretable model. So we call it as explainable AI or interpretable AI. Okay. So yeah, I would say despite all these challenges, definitely AI is making it very much easier to diagnose the disease in healthcare. So AI in healthcare is definitely a boon, but we need to appropriately make it well trained so that it has its place in the potential diagnosis of the disease. Okay, so that's all for the day of my talk. Okay, thank you. Any questions? Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Thanks a ton, sir.
Thank you.
A
You're
wise
welcome.
mind which helps us to enhance and explore the new ideologies pertaining on artificial intelligence in healthcare. Once again, thank you very much. And I also extend my heartiest thanks to everyone for your focus, listening, and learning. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a great day ahead. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye. Shall I leave?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Now we'll move on to the next part of a conference. It's a time for the paper presentation, and kindly get ready for those who are going to present your papers.
இதுல இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணணும். அருள் டாக்டர்ஸ்ல இருந்து இது கிடையாது. ஓகேங்களா? இதுல இருந்து இது முடிஞ்ச பிறகு திருப்பி இங்க வரணும். இந்த முடிச்ச பிறகு இங்க வந்துடும். அப்படியே இங்க முடிஞ்சிடும். அரவிந்தில் முடிஞ்சிடும்.